Hi, today we're showing you how to finish your needlepoint piece to create a beautiful acrylic coaster or tray. This tutorial will focus mostly on the coaster finishing, but the process is pretty much the same if you're looking to finish a needlepoint tray. Here are the materials you'll need: your stitched canvas, scissors, textile glue, cording, backing fabric, filling batting, mat board, regular thread, invisible thread, and fabric clips or pins. First, make sure your needlepoint canvas is stitched and properly blocked. Then, trim the excess canvas around your design, leaving a margin that allows you to fold the excess canvas to the back. Cut 2 pieces of mat board, one the exact size of your design and one slightly smaller, about 5 mm less. Then cut a piece of filling batting the same size as the smaller mat board. The different sized mat boards will help you achieve a more professional look when we join the two halves of the project. Place the filling batting between the canvas and the smaller mat board. Fold the canvas edges tightly to the back and start stitching the excess canvas using regular thread to keep everything secure. You can also use glue, but this method ensures your stitched canvas stays well stretched. Once everything is well secured, make 1 or 2 knots in the center and cut the thread. Now for the second half. Cut your backing fabric slightly larger than the second mat board, fold the edges back, and secure them with fabric clips. While you do this, trim the corners and start gluing them to the mat board. This time, it's not possible to use thread, so be careful with the glue to avoid staining the fabric. It's completely normal if you have to make some adjustments in the corners along the way. And once it's done, let it dry. Now that both pieces are dry, join the two halves together to form the finished base of your coaster. Secure the cording all around the edge using the fabric clips. Before finishing the loop, apply a tiny amount of glue to one end and let it dry. This makes it easier to tuck it inside the coaster at the end. Then, when it's dry, use invisible thread to sew the cording into place for a clean finish. When you reach the end, tuck the stiffened tip inside the coaster. Make sure it is tucked side by side with the other end of the cording for a more polished and smooth look. Keep sewing until everything is well secured and finish it with 2 or 3 knots. In this final step, you could also use glue for the cording instead. But in our experience, and as you can see in our first try, stitching gives a more polished, professional result without a doubt. In our tray version, we left both ends of the cording out and gave them a little decorative twist, instead of tucking them in. It adds a playful touch and works beautifully for larger projects like trays. We actually ended up loving this detail. And that's it. Then you just have to insert them inside the acrylic coaster or tray made for this purpose, which you can find in our website. We're so happy with how this turned out. They're fairly simple to make, but the result is truly stunning. Whether you're making coasters or trays, this technique elevates your needlepoint into something beautiful for everyday use. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and we hope it helped. Happy stitching!